Welcome to the Marshall High School Honors Assembly. I would like to welcome our parents and guests who have joined us this morning. And today we gather for a different type of assembly. As I was thinking about this morning, I thought our students will know exactly what to do. We do it every year. However, only the members of our senior class have had the opportunity to go through our honors assembly. So this is a new experience for our ninth graders, our sophomores, and our juniors. This assembly is not a pep fest like we have periodically throughout the year. Today is an assembly to recognize the outstanding academic achievement by the students of Marshall High School, and I would ask to our students that you please treat this assembly with the respect that it deserves. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Purrington, our Activities Director and Honor Society Advisor. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Good morning, everybody. Today is a special day. It is a time for us to celebrate excellence in the classroom. One Marshall graduate who was excellent in the classroom when she was at MHS is our keynote speaker today, Mrs. Lois Quam. You may not know her name, but as a student at MHS, all of you should. Lois has an amazing life story, one that has a girl from Marshall, Minnesota, growing up to influence the affairs of the world near and far. That's right, Lois grew up in Marshall, lived on North Whitney Street, competed on the Tiger speech team, and worked as a waitress at Mike's Cafe before graduating with honors from Marshall High School in 1979. She then went on to Macalester College in St. Paul, where her hard work earned her the Rhodes Scholarship, the oldest and most prestigious academic scholarship in the world. This allowed Lois to study at the University of Oxford in England. From there, she returned to the United States, where her talents and her work ethic skyrocketed her to the top of the business world. By 2006, Lois was named by Fortune magazine one of the most influential women in America. She went on to be named to this list 2 more times before President Barack Obama chose her to lead his global health initiative. It was here where Lois helped solve major health challenges across 80 countries. Today, Lois is the CEO of Pathfinder International, a global nonprofit seeking to improve the lives of women everywhere. Lois is here today with her husband, Arshad, who is a world-renowned journalist in his own right. Arshad traveled extensively with President Bill Clinton and President George W. Bush, and traveled extensively as well with many U.S. Secretaries of State. In fact, he was with President Bush on that fateful day, September 11th, 2001. Needless to say, it is an honor to have these 2 remarkable individuals, Lois and Arshad, with us here today. We are incredibly proud to welcome Lois Quam back to Marshall and have her share her story with us. Let us give her a warm Marshall Tiger welcome.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Superintendent. Thank you, Principal Jones. It is great to be home. In thinking about today, I thought back to my growing up here in Marshall, and a scene really stuck out in my mind. A time when I was biking on the sidewalk on North Hill Street, which is right behind North Whitney, of course, And I was biking on the sidewalk for a bunch of reasons. I didn't feel quite ready to bike on the street. But I liked biking on North Hill Street for many reasons. First of all, there was Miranda Porter, who complimented me. One time she even said, after I had braided my hair in a particular way, that she just thought it was great to see all the exciting, up-to-date hairstyles that young people were using today, implying that me, Lois Quam, 10 years old, residing at 306 North Whitney Street, was a global influencer. And I liked Bob and Dolores Mankey, who lived next door to Miranda Porter, so much. Mrs. Mankey taught kindergarten at the East Side School and had a large back garden that bordered on our yard. And she wasn't concerned when a baseball landed in the middle of that vegetable garden. We also knew that Bob and Dolores Mankey were from Tracy, and as a small child, I recall the night a deadly tornado hit Tracy. I recall the seriousness and calm on my father's face as he left to spend that night in Tracy, helping rescue and care for people. Over a dozen people died and over 100 people were injured that night. My father John Quam was pastor at St. Stephen's Lutheran Church, and being there that night was a part of his ministry. I remember my mother, Louise Quam, asking him to be careful because downed power lines made for dark and dangerous work. Bob Mankey seemed to take everything in stride. His 4 children were great athletes, and I think Rick Mankey is in the Hall of Fame here for the basketball team. And he worked at Olson & Lau for 41 years. One day, he fell and suffered an injury at work that paralyzed him from the waist down. From my perspective as his young neighbor, he took this in stride, learning to drive, hunt, and fish in new ways. I didn't know until I read his obituary that he had experienced adversity earlier in life that probably helped prepare him for that challenge. He was one of the American GIs who landed on Omaha Beach on D-Day. He was in the Battle of the Bulge and 5 military campaigns in Europe during World War II. He survived, came home to Tracy, and then moved to Marshall to serve as a leader in his community and church. He was president of not one, but 2 Lutheran congregations, First Lutheran and St. Stephen's. This is Marshall. As a graduate of Marshall High School, I want to congratulate all the Marshall High School seniors who will soon graduate. I want you to know that these days that you've spent here as a Marshall Tiger will prepare you for the challenges and choices that you have in the years to come. When I look back at my time at Marshall High School and think about those days, how I was prepared, I think about Gerald Sletton's classes on Russian and modern European history. Those classes helped me take the lessons of generosity that I learned from Miranda Porter and the Mankeys on North Hill Street to my work. And it's lovely to see Mr. Sletton, Jerry and Norma Sletton here with us today. Thank you. Now, I went to the old high school. I still consider this the new high school. I know it's like almost been here 20 years, but I went to the old high school. And Mr. Sletton's classroom was in the library. And this made sense because he expected us to be scholars. It was like a college class, and we were only 15 or 16. We found this sort of thrilling that he had chosen to teach us rather than actual college students. And one thing we learned in that class was about generosity. We learned that a lesson of history is to give is to receive. We learned that the worst thing you can do for yourself is to humiliate another person. Well, how did we learn this in history? We learned about 2 wars that ended very differently, world wars that affected Marshall. The first war took the life of Marshall residents, like 25-year-old carpenter Luther Snap, who died in 1918 at the Second Battle of the Marne in France. That war ended in a way that left the losers humiliated, a country of hungry and confused people. The settlement after that war was about making the losers pay. The humiliation was so deep that it led to resentment, revenge, and to another war where the victors paid. They paid in their lives of young people, like Earl Halverson of Minnesota. Another war ended differently. It ended in generosity toward the losers. It ended in sacks of grain embossed "From the American People for European Recovery." I've seen those burlap bags with red, white, and blue lettering. The generosity created jobs, not only in the country that lost, but also in the countries that won. It was called the Marshall Plan. I kind of like the ring of that, the Marshall Plan. In this case, it was named for General George C. Marshall rather than our fine town. Of course, the first war is World War I, which ended over 100 years ago and paved the way for the next war. The second war is World War II, which ended 75 years ago with the Marshall Plan. What has been and what is the Marshall, Minnesota Plan? It has been and it is a community that invests in its young people. We see them here today. One of my neighbors, a Marshall High School graduate at the corner of North Whitney and Poplar Street, Nancy Jorgensen, now Nancy Jorgensen Meyer, graduated from Marshall High School a few years after me and became a court reporter. The most recent judge she worked for is Ketanji Brown Jackson, who will join the U.S. Supreme Court this summer. And Nancy, a Marshall High School graduate, was at her side. Marshall is also a community that grows and prospers as people from around the world make Marshall their home. I recently took a taxi from the airport to my house in St. Paul. The driver, who told me he was born in Somalia, asked where I was from, and I said Marshall. He was overjoyed. In Marshall, he said, if you are cold, they give you a coat. And I was so proud to be from Marshall. Marshall is a community that builds companies, churches, mosques, a university, an excellent public school system, parks, restaurants like Mike's where I worked. It was called the Happy Chef then, and social services. What could a Marshall, Minnesota plan look like today in a state, in a country, in a world that needs healing? What can this community offer as a Marshall plan? To demonstrate that it's possible for a community to be rooted in generosity, in helping each other, in understanding each other, in being kind, in trying to be brave when the time comes to be brave and bravery is needed. Perhaps this is our Marshall Plan, to share the generosity that I experienced in this community and so many have, in ways to bear witness to the rest of Minnesota and the country that in this time of anonymous social media attacks, assaults on our character and institution, and calls to divide ourselves, we show generosity to each other. We build up each other and our community. Now, of course, this starts with each of us, and my husband, Arshad Mohammed, and I give scholarships to Marshall High School graduates each year in the name of my parents, John and Lois Quam. So I'm going to introduce Arshad here. As Rick has shared, Arshad is a journalist at Reuters and covered the White House and the State Department and now covers U.S. foreign policy. Today, Arshad and I are going to meet with students in several classes and have lunch with the Spectrum Club. We'd like to meet with students at Marshall High School each spring in the years to come. We know that we'll learn a lot from Marshall High School students, and we look forward to learning with those of you we'll get a chance to meet with today. We're also pleased to share with you today that we're going to establish a new scholarship for 2023 for a Marshall High School senior who demonstrates generosity and care for others. This scholarship will be named in honor of my husband's parents, Aziza Lee and Sakeen Mohammed, who moved to this country in 1955 from Pakistan. I'd like to share a story with you. For years, Aziz and Sakeen sent money to support relatives who had fallen on hard times. One of the sons from that family grew up and prospered. He then asked if he could repay them. My father-in-law said, no, this was not necessary, but if the young man ever found another family in need, please help them. We hope that the Marshall High School graduates awarded the Aziz Ali and Sakeen Mohammed Scholarship in the years to come will do the same. So it starts with each of us, and together we create something special. Let's create a Marshall, Minnesota plan for this moment, a way to cut through all the challenges, the noise of today, to help each other, to build each other up. Thank you so much for all that this community has given me. Thank you.
Thank you, Lois and Arshad, for being here and for your inspiring message. We're proud of your accomplishments and grateful for your generosity. We will move forward in our program. Will the current seniors who are in the MHS Honor Society please come down to the floor? One way Marshall High School celebrates academic achievement is by awarding students membership into the MHS Honor Society. The Honor Society was established at Marshall High School in the 1960s. It serves to develop juniors and seniors who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, spirit, service, and character. There's a rigorous application process that is required of all who apply. A faculty council studies the applications and selects the members. In recognition of their membership, 2021-22 Honor Society seniors will be receiving silver stoles to wear at commencement. Will the senior members of this year's MHS Honor Society accept your stoles when your name is called? Please hold your applause to the end. Jasmine Antunes, Taylor Ariasola, Jacob Eben, Dania Estrada, Tessa Gannett, Grace Gordon, Evan Greenfield, Allison Kapitsky, Ka Koo, Maddie Murphy, Maya Roos, Emma Runchy-Smalley, Leah Schaefer, Gabe Smith, Brenna Springborg, Ashley Steinbach, and Megan Wagner. Okay, you guys. Now, if you applied for and received an acceptance letter into the 2022-23 MHS Honor Society, please come down to the floor. While they are coming down, oh, and by the way, as you're coming down to the floor, kind of gather over here and try to line up in alphabetical order as much as possible. While they are coming down, I'd like to introduce this year's MHS Honor Society President, Emma Runchy-Smalley, who will share with you the impact the organization has had this year.
Good morning, Marshall staff, students, and visitors to Marshall High School. Thank you all for being here today. My name is Emma Runchy-Smalley, and I had the privilege of serving as president of the MHS Honor Society this year. Honor Society has been one of my favorite extracurricular activities that I've been able to participate in throughout my 4 years at MHS. I find the dedication to service and leadership shown by Honor Society members to be inspiring. This year, Honor Society members were required to complete 12 volunteer hours per semester, in addition to attending monthly meetings to discuss and plan events and volunteer projects. The MHS Honor Society completed many successful projects throughout this year, including planning the Veterans Day and MLK Day programs, the Red Cross Blood Drive, Salvation Army bell ringing, helping with the Lyon County 150th anniversary preparations, and keeping the Spirit calendar updated. And these are just a few of the many projects our Honor Society members worked on this year. Being a member of Honor Society is both a privilege and a responsibility. As Honor Society members, we are committed to service and leadership and to improving our school, community, and ourselves. With this in mind, I would like to introduce Scholarship Committee Co-Chair Tessa Gannett to announce the 2022-2023 Honor Society members. Thank you.
As these individuals are recognized, will all who received a letter saying they were in the academic top 10 in their class please come forward and to the floor and get organized. Now let's congratulate our 2022-2023 MHS Honor Society members. Please hold your applause to the end. Brooke Andrews, Hannah Babcock, Morgan Biella, Kelsey Bauman, Caden Sprink, Anna Booker, Siri Christensen, Ella Cole, Dalen Crowley, Jana Decker, Kaylin DeVligger, Kennedy Drake, Austin Dunn, Sophia Gall, Hannah Gordon, Reese Gravin, Olivia Hausman, Sir 2, Ikran Ismail, Briley Jacobson, Leah Jones, Mackenzie Knutson, Anna Keeker, Mary Lanou, Alex Larson, Leah Leggett, Regan Loft, Tyler Mayer, Chidi Wakma, Nena Onyahala, Abby Panka, Georgia Rabe, Brielle Reese, Caitlin Runia, Keaton Runia, Allison Sample, Jocelyn Schlenner, Evan Schatzko, Sam Schwartz, Brianna Simpson, Chloe Stevens, Carissa Talamontes, Marissa Talamontes, Lang Vu, and Andrew Wallen. Congratulations to you all. Please walk to the south side of the gym to have your yearbook photo taken with Mrs. Eben. Next, I'd like to introduce Honor Society seniors Evan Greenfield and Gabe Smith to recognize the academic top 10 in grades 9, 10, and 11.
Will all who received a letter saying they would be recognized for the Activity Achievement Award please come to the floor to get organized? Now we will reveal the academic top 10 in grades 9, 10, and 11. These are students who have the highest grade point average in each grade. We will start with grade 9. You'll notice that there are more than 10 students being recognized in grade 9 because of GPA ties. Please hold your applause to the end.
Ethan Bly. Peyton Beck. Ryan Botsford. Olivia DeGroot. Isabel Deitz. Taylor Freeberg. Carter Gerke. Madison Gerard. Jack Gunn. Liam Cruz. Audrey Larson. Dylan Larson. Joshua Liebfried. Hannah Lyons. Afshin Mohammed Abu Sali. Easton O'Husky. Andrea Ortega. Benjamin Pafko. Thu Lei Pa. Eli Peterson. Juliana Purrington. Mark Rabe. Trayton Roberts. Leah Teague. Kendall Walerius. And Olivia Williams.
We'll have you go over to Mrs. Even. For grade 10, Claire Allen, Hannah Bauer, Jana Decker, Austin Dunn, Sophia Gall, Sarah Thatu, Martin Krenz, Jenna Nemeth, Brielle Reese, and Naomi Schroeder. For grade 11, Brooke Andrews, Kelsey Bauman, Bridget Brenner, Dalen Crowley, Caitlin DeVligger, Chitty Wakama, Nena Onia Hala, Barrett Peterson, Georgia Rabe, Caitlin Runia, Keaton Runia, Chloe Stevens, Andrew Wallen.
Our next award is the Hall Award. The Hall Award is the oldest award offered at Marshall High School. The award began in 1923, and it was the very beginning of our award system. The Hall Award is presented to one member of the senior class and one member of the junior class each year. Students are chosen by faculty based on attitude, scholarship, loyalty, activities, leadership, and cooperation. The senior recipient, Gabe Smith, was announced at the Senior Awards Scholarship Ceremony on May 18th. The junior recipient to be recognized today is Miss Georgia Rabe. Georgia, would you please come down at this time to receive your award? And as luck would have it, Georgia is not here today.
Now I'd like to introduce Honor Society members Leah Schaefer and Lang Vu, who will reveal the Activity Achievement Award Top 10.
Hello, Marshall High School. My name is Leah Schaefer, and I'm one of the co-chairs of MHS Honor Society Spirit Committee, along with Lang Vu. We are proud to be a part of the Activity Achievement Award presentation. This award was created to recognize students who show their dedication to and pride in our school and community by participating in multiple sports, clubs, and activities. All students who have reached a high level of involvement in many activities while maintaining a cumulative GPA of at least 2.5 are eligible to receive this award. We want to recognize these students and show them our appreciation for the commitment they make to all their teams, groups, as well as their academics. We want to let everyone know that participating in multiple activities is possible, and this participation can help us become well-rounded people. It's just important to remember that students don't have to limit themselves to just one activity. There are many great opportunities to get involved at MHS, and these students have taken advantage of the opportunity. This year, we had over 70 students reach the criteria for this award. All of you will receive your certificates next week, but today we are just going to recognize the top 10 Activity Achievement Award winners. These students, who are, according to the award point system, the most actively involved in our school. In order, the top 10 recipients of the Activity Achievement Award include
For 10th place in the Academic Achievement Award is Hannah Babcock and Anna DeGroot. In 9th place is Nana Anahela and Brenna Springborg. In 7th place, Naomi Schroeder and Carter Gerke. In 6th place is Danya Estrada. In 5th place, Austin Dunn. In 4th place, Claire Allen and Augie Storrock. In 3rd place, Chloe Stevens. 2nd place, Lauren Wary. And 1st place, Emma Runchy Smalley. Okay. Congratulations to all of you. Please have your photos taken to Ms. Eden. Congratulations to all of you. Please have your photo taken with Miss Eben on the South Gym.
And now it's time to honor our seniors. We'll begin with the Senior Students of the Year. Will a teacher representing each department please come down to the gym floor over here to reveal your department's Senior Student of the Year. Teachers, please do your best to line up alphabetically by department. Might be hard for some of you. While the teachers are doing that, I'll share a little bit about this MHS tradition called Students of the Year. Please turn your attention to the video board, where you'll see past Student of the Year award winners. We started this in 2016. Ms. Biella, if you could advance, there you go. Yep. So you'll see some of the ones of the past there. Each department at MHS is asked to select one student that they believe deserves recognition for being an exceptional student in the classroom. This award is truly an honor, as these students have shown not just high achievement in terms of grades, but a curiosity for the subject and a commitment to learning that makes every classroom a better place to be. For our 2022 Students of the Year, we'll go in alphabetical order by department. Let's begin with the Agriculture Department, presented by Mrs. Emma Hoverston.
This year's Agricultural Department Student of the Year is someone who has excelled in many classes offered in both the classroom and shop settings within the Ag Department and has been active in FFA. This person has emerged as a leader in the classroom. They are always willing to help out their teachers and classmates when needed. Their work is exceptional, going above and beyond what is required for assignments and projects. This person is inquisitive, diligent, and committed towards everything they do. This person has emerged as a leader in FFA as well, helping to organize chapter events. They also were a leader on the dairy evaluation team this year. This team placed first at SDSU's Little Eye competition and advanced to the state FFA convention this past April. This year's Agricultural Department Student of the Year is Haley Shafran. Haley plans to attend Minnesota West in Pipestone this fall for carpentry. Haley is receiving the DeWalt Carpentry and Framing Handbook. This book contains many great descriptions and diagrams related to the construction of walls, floors, stairs, decks, and more. We hope this book will serve you well as a helpful resource as you pursue your career in carpentry. Haley, thank you for all your hard work, commitment, and positivity, and leadership within our department. Continue working hard and sharing your beautiful smile. We wish you the best of luck and congratulations on being named the 2021-2022 Agriculture Student Department of the Year.
Good morning. I'm Bridie DeMuth. I'm one of the art teachers here at the high school. You're going to hear this over and over again this morning, but it is so hard to choose just one amazing senior student. This year's Outstanding Senior of the Year has been on our radar for years. They have taken every art class, they've taken independent study, they have an outstanding work ethic, their attention to detail is unmatched. They always go above and beyond. It doesn't matter what materials we throw at them, whether it's pencil, paint, clay, computers, everything they touch is unbelievable. Thank you to this year's Outstanding Senior of the Year for being a joy to have in the classroom and for setting the bar high. The Art Department's Outstanding Senior of the Year is Alina Mua.
Good morning. Like the art department, we had a little difficulty in deciding who we were going to pick for this year's Outstanding Senior. When it came down to it, a couple of things really stood out. This year, the business department chose the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. In this book, the author talks about how proactive people focus on their efforts on things that they can do something about. They have a positive energy, which increases their circle of influence. This certainly applies to our student of the year, who has excelled in her academics and taken almost every business class we offer. She has demonstrated independent and critical thinking skills, determination, and perseverance to go above and beyond what is asked in the classroom. She has become an excellent role model for others in our school by her classroom leadership. Her drive and determination have demonstrated her dedication to become successful in the real world. This student's humbleness, kindness, and thoughtfulness have brought us to select the 2021-22 Business Department Student of the Year, Maddie Larson.
The ELL Student of the Year is Adalberto Ramos. Adalberto's high school experience is different than most students. He came to Marshall High School from Guatemala in 2018, 1 month shy of his 18th birthday. When I first met Adalberto, I could tell he was a focused young man. He was determined to pass his classes, grow his English, set high standards for himself, and continued to ask questions that enhanced classroom discussions. Throughout his time at Marshall High School, he was a hard-working full-time student, but he was also a hard-working full-time Schwann's employee. Last year, on this day, Adalberto sat in those bleachers as a 21-year-old super senior, 5 credits short of graduation, knowing that he had run out of time to earn his diploma due to his age. After leaving high school without his diploma, he continued to work full-time as a supervisor at Schwann's. But in December of this year, Adalberto was given an opportunity to return to school to complete his degree, and he willingly accepted. So that brings us today. In 10 days, Adalberto will walk across the stage, diploma in his hand, the second person in his family to graduate from high school, as his sister just graduated last week. The hard work that Adalberto put into his schooling and learning English can be summed up by the famous soccer star Pele. He says, "Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing." Congratulations.
Kathy, I think it's
English?
facts. I think your language arts.
Yeah, all language arts. I think you've heard it many times today that it is just so difficult to choose a student of the year, and really humbling because you get an opportunity to reflect on all the kids that you've seen for the past 4 years and how much fun you make it to come to work. So this is not a fun decision. The student I chose this year has taken a lot of classes in the facts department, always attentive, involved, enjoys learning, has a passion for family. She's helpful to all the other students in the classroom and just goes above and beyond. I especially am inspired by her strong sense of family values and her kindness to the classmates. So it is an honor to name Allie Quist as the 2022 Facts Student of the Year. It's a bit cliche, but the book I got you is Magnolia Table by Joanna Gaines, and I thought with all your family, you know, food brings us together and family, so when you gather, enjoy.
Hello, my name is Kathy Kraus, and I am one of MHS's 7 English teachers. Our English department student of the year moved to the United States when she was very young, and she and her family did not speak English. It was during preschool that she first began to learn English. In one of her papers she wrote for Mrs. Eben this year, she tells of the frustration and hurt she experienced as a child trying to learn a new language. As she looked back at that time in her life, she wrote that she was an outcast to her peers. Kids made fun of her. She felt as if she had no voice. But here's the thing that gives you a glimpse into the kind of person she is. She wrote that going through all of that pain reminds her now to, quote, be humble and considerate to those who don't speak the same language as I do. This student went on to become an avid reader and has claimed that if she could spend the rest of her life inside a library, she would never complain. She has also shared her desire to be an author someday. So I was thinking, if she someday gets published, she would, in a sense, spend the rest of her life inside a library. She has excelled in all of her courses in the English department, including her honors and college-level English classes, and she has taken more than the required English credits. Her writing is witty, creative, full of personality, and is always a pleasure to read. Her voice shines through her writing. Her voice, which years before was silent because she lacked the words to express herself, is now strong and clear and animated and is going to take her so far in life. Her kind, clever, and independent nature matches that of her favorite literary character, Jo March, from the novel Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. The English department is so excited to name Bao-Ku Young as our Student of the Year. We are giving her this special edition of Little Women. It's really cool. Bao-Ku, I am so very proud of you. You have come so far, and I cannot wait to see what your future holds. Good luck this fall as you start your new chapter in life at St. Catherine's University. We wish you all the best.
My name is Brian Leitfried, and I'm presenting on behalf of the Math Computer Science Department, and it's my honor to present this award. Our criteria for Math Student of the Year includes attitude, engagement with the learning activities we are doing, cooperation with others, achievement, including the number and the type of courses taken, effort, perseverance when the going gets tough, and demonstrating intellectual curiosity and wonderment. Let's take a look at the numbers. 7, the number of teachers in our department who have worked directly with our Student of the Year. 4, number of years on the math team. 8, the number of courses taken, including geometry, algebra 2, pre-calculus, trig, AP calculus, AP statistics, pre-engineering, and intro to computer science, Java. 1, number of apologies I owe to his parents if some of the dry humor over the last 2 years has rubbed off. B7, no, not bingo. Rather think chess. We will pawn this book off to this year's selection to someone who has an interest in the game, mathematics and chess. Our Student of the Year goes to Gabe Smith.
Good morning. As a first-year teacher here, I didn't know I was supposed to give like a massive speech like that, but I represent the music department here at Marshall High School. I am very excited to present this award. For those of you that aren't involved in music, becoming great in music is a kind of a lonely endeavor. You spend a lot of time on your own, practicing your music, honing your craft. And to do that in 3 separate areas of the music department is really unique. We don't have a lot of those that participate in all 3 of our ensembles, vocal, band, and orchestra. This year's recipient is very successful in all 3 of those areas. 9 years in the orchestra, earning outstanding member on site at our regional solo ensemble contest. This person is Emma Runchie-Smalley. I'm very proud to honor her as our Music Person of the Year. Emma, congratulations on your success here at MHS. As a representative of the music faculty, I'd like to offer our sincerest gratitude for your unwavering commitment and leadership, whether it was with 1 year with me, Mrs. Peterson, or 9 years with Mr. Myers. Your presence in our department and our lives have left a legacy that we miss greatly. The book that we chose for you today is entitled The Inner Game of Music by Barry Green. This book discusses the 2 selves of which all musicians are aware. The first is a self that is responsible for our doubts and our fears, while the second is our uninhibited self that longs to live in perpetual performance. As musicians, we reach ultimate joy when we allow ourselves to follow those deeper feelings without letting the logical self destroy the moment. As a musician, you know that music prepares you for many of life's circumstances, not just musical performances. And it's hoped that as you read this book, you will apply the techniques contained on these pages to handle any situation that would cause you any anxiety in life, to allow your second self to surpass the doubts of the first self and grant you a life of uninhibited joy. Blessings to you as you go to McAllister this next fall, and I hope you enjoy the book.
Good morning. On behalf of the Marshall High School Health and Physical Education Department, it is my privilege to announce the Senior Wellness Student of the Year. This award goes to the senior student that excels in a strength and conditioning of athletes course during their junior and senior years after completing their health and physical education wellness requirements during their freshman and sophomore years. This year's recipient has taken, passed, and excelled in each of the courses previously mentioned. Again, there's many deserving students of this award for the class of 2022. This year's Senior Wellness Student of the Year is Logan Liggett. And we chose winning the mental game because, like I said, he's focused, he's determined in every class that he's taken. Congratulations.
Good morning. I'm Pam Fear-Hansen, and I'm representing the science department here at Marshall High School. And like many others, we had a difficult time choosing who would be our student of the year. There are many qualified students. But the one that we chose shows a high degree of curiosity, an enthusiasm for science, and was just a joy to have in my class. She began showing these signs even in middle school. Dr. Suker had her as a student and said she had thought-provoking questions that made the other students in class think. And I found that was true in high school as well. This year's student recently told me that she intends to major in chemistry next year, which is joy to my heart. You know, you feel like you've had a positive influence. One of the memories that I have about her in my CIS Chem 2 class was that when she would come in and someone would ask a question, she would jump up to the whiteboard and say, "Oh, if you think about it like this," and then she would explain it up on the board. And so is just like spontaneously helping other people. And she's indicated that she wants to go on and pursue a degree in medicine, hopefully becoming a doctor. And I believe she has both the capability and the attitude that would make her a wonderful doctor. If after college she decides that she doesn't want to pursue that route, I know she'd make an excellent teacher. So I'm just throwing that idea out there. So this year's recipient is Mesa Gillingham. And I'll just tell you that the book that we've chosen for her is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, and it deals with some of the ethical dilemmas in science and medicine, and I hope she enjoys it as much as I did. Congratulations, Mesa.
Good morning. I am Mr. Hausman, representing the Social Studies Department, and we'll be announcing the Social Studies Student of the Year. This year's senior recipient of the Social Studies Student of the Year Award is Jameson Verstraete. Jameson is a student who has a natural curiosity for learning about history and has completed all of the AP courses offered by the Social Studies Department. Throughout his social studies career at MHS, Jameson always added value to discussions and to the climate of the classroom. His love of knowledge and history will help lead him toward success in the future as a museum historian and curator. On behalf of the Social Studies Department, we would like to thank you, Jameson, for your passion for history. We wish you the best of luck. And your book is The Gates of Europe. There you go.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Steph Scarcett y soy uno de los profesores de español aquí en Marshall High School. Good morning, my name is Steph Scarcett and I'm one of the Spanish teachers here at Marshall High School. I'm excited to be a part of today's convocation. I am going to give you some clues about the Spanish Department Senior of the Year, and this person's going to be receiving a copy of Oh, Cuán Lejos Llegarás. If you'd like to play along like we do in Spanish class, put 10 fingers up on your hands, and as I list clues about the recipient, if you think you know who it is, put a finger down. And please don't shout out any guesses. Count how many fingers you have up at the end, and the people with the most fingers up, Mr. Jones has a prize for them at the end of convocation. Just kidding, he doesn't. Okay. This person has taken every Spanish course offered at MHS. They have put forth their best effort for the duration of the program. They will be pursuing a degree in Spanish. Most importantly, this person is unique. They're firm in their beliefs. They have a great sense of humor. They're always supportive of their classmates. The people around them are super proud of them. It's easy to visit with this person. They have great ideas. Who is it? With the initials GR. Grace Roque.
And finally, this morning, it's time to name the seniors who will be graduating with honors and highest honors. Seniors have chosen language arts teacher Mrs. Snyder to read the names. Seniors graduating with honors, your names will be read in alphabetical order. And then after that, students with highest honors in alphabetical order. The academic top 10 seniors will be announced at commencement. Seniors, when your name is called, please sit in the chairs here and starting in the back, and then the last name read will be up here in the front. Please hold your applause until the end. Mrs. Snyder.
Miski Ali. Sydney Alex. Emma Andres. Jasmine Atuñez. Taylor Arisola. Madeline Beckman. London Bloomy. Oren Brow. Kendra Brockman. Kaya Christensen. Jaden Dinas. Alexandra DeVos. Jacob Eben. Danya Estrada. Danielle Ewing. Caden Finger. Bryce Guile. Caitlin Goblish. Brooklyn Gosson. Evan Greenfield. Rihanna Hassan. Shelby Hauser. Cassie Hoover. Clara Jenigas. Eden Knudsen. Ka Ku. Emu Kuta. Maddie Larson. Logan Leggett. Samantha Maher. Safi McFarquhar. Emma Myrna. Adam Meyer. Paige Milstead. Rukio Muhammad. Emma Myrie. Charlotte Pafko. Cora Pa. Christina Perrington. Allison Quist. Seth Radke. Brooklyn Rave Peterson. Maya Roos. Leah Schaefer. Haley Shaffrin. Gabby Schlenner. Lay Shell. Gabe Sherman. Tad Trost. Carter Versavel. Jameson Verstrate. Dalton Borwald. Megan Wagner. Noah Wiltz. Charles Weifels. And Lainey Zemer. Next, I will be reading the names of students who are graduating with highest honors. Rebecca Brown. Isabel Cordes. Jason Decker. Jaden Dobrinsky. Tessa Gannett. Brianna Guile. Mesa Gillingham. Shaw Glay. Grace Gordon. Micah Greenfield. Charles Jacobson. Dylan Cack. Allison Kapitsky. Haley Lyons. Leah Matzner. Alina Mua. Madeline Murphy. Daniel Olin. Brant Paulson. Kaylee Prinz. Anna Rose. Aiden Rosenboom. Emma Runchy Smalley. Carter Schurman. Gabe Smith. Brenna Springborg. Ashley Steinbach. Bellamy Sokolsky. And Blake Weedman.
In addition to the recognition for academic excellence, I would also like to take a moment to let everyone know that on last Wednesday evening, many members of the senior class attended the Pride in the Tiger Scholarship Awards ceremony. 143 scholarships totaling over $194,000 in awards and scholarships were awarded to members of the class of 2022. Recipients were recognized for criteria that extends far beyond academic performance. Scholarship criteria is often centered around personal characteristics such as honesty, integrity, leadership, kindness, and a desire to consistently put forth best effort even when it is not easy or convenient. Your eligibility for these scholarships and awards began on day 1 of grade 9 and continues throughout your high school career. Students, it is important for you to understand that the journey is just as important as the destination. It is never too late to put forth increased effort. Members of the class of 2022, thank you. You have persevered through much. During this school year, you have consistently set the academic bar high and have set a great example for others to follow. To the student body of Marshall High School, I say congratulations. I'm excited to announce that last week I was notified that for the 4th time, Marshall High School has been named a top Minnesota high school by U.S. News and World Reports for the academic year of 2021. This annual ranking is based upon students' opportunities to earn college credit through advanced placement classes and concurrent enrollment classes, as well as a college readiness index score and our graduation rate. This recognition comes as a result of everyone's hard work. Every student, every staff member, and every parent supporting the critical work of learning. Students, know and understand that while the end of the year is near, it has not yet arrived. We need and expect you to stay focused, stay committed to yourself, stay committed to your family, stay committed to your classmates, and stay committed to your teachers. Most importantly, finish the year strong and with great effort. Thank you all for your attention today. You have been excellent. Students, in just a moment, you will be dismissed to your Block 1 classes. Taher will be serving second chance breakfast at this time at their normal locations. Students in grades 9, 10, and 11, you'll be dismissed, and I would ask you to please report to your Block 1 class. Seniors, please remain in the gym, and we will make sure that Taher has breakfast ready for you when we are done. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, parents. Have a great day.